Whenever you guys are situated, just lay all the way back. Feel how nice it is. Just to be open here on the floor. Some good deep breaths flow. Just breathing in this crisp morning air. As we're laying here, good deep breaths flowing. Let's take a moment to connect with a simple word today. The word I was thinking of this morning is the idea of playfulness. So much of our lives requires seriousness that oftentimes that becomes our whole persona. And, and especially when it comes to yoga, it's like you don't have to be so serious all the time. And yoga is absolutely okay. Instead of kind of just robotically going from one pose to the next, it's okay to pause for a moment, to kind of make micro movements in the body until we feel the stretch in a really good way. And sometimes it's these movements that nobody else can even see. It's just the slightest little change in the breath or change in, something that's not even that visible. And then by taking that time to be more playful with our body rather than rigid, we suddenly experience a whole different world available. It's like the world that a child sees, a world that isn't so defined because we've done it 50 million times. It's something that we can be playful about and curious because maybe today it's a totally different experience than anything we've ever had before. So, with playfulness, with that idea to help lead us into our practice, let's begin nice and easy. The knees can start to come into the chest. Let's take some easy little rocking moments. This is a good chance just to listen. How's the low back doing? How are the hips? Let's re-release, left leg long to the ground. Both hands come around this right knee. Give it an even deeper hug inward. Begin to straighten right leg up to sky. Give that side a good tug. This is listening to our body. Does our body want the foot to do some easy little circles? Does the body want to focus on the knee joint, trying to straighten it out? Just find what you can feel the most. Another huge breath, let it flow in. A nice exhale. We're going to take it to figure four. So right ankle ends up on left thigh. Give it a good hug. Just invite it inward. Notice the natural breath that starts to happen as we approach a nice deep stretch like this one. Is it a breath of resistance, kind of like shock, like jumping into cold water? Or is it a natural breath trying to go deeper so that the relaxation response goes into the muscles? Just notice. Another huge breath flows in. With our exhale, our hands are going to release, but basically the legs stay as they are. That left foot's touching the ground, right ankle's still up. Spread the arms open. And from here, we're going to do some windshield wipers from this funky shape. So when we windshield wiper to the right, it takes that left leg into a slight quad stretch. Nice internal rotation. Lifting back up to figure four and then tilting over to the left. It's outer thigh, IT band for right. So take it a couple more times. You choose the pace. Maybe you want to go super, super slow today, really feeling both spots. Or maybe kind of a constant rocking feels amazing. Good. So maybe once or twice more to each side, depending on the speed. When you finish up this one, left leg stays on the ground like this, but right leg takes 3 bicycles, imagining that right foot itself could pedal it. So pedal down, straight leg, the knee comes in, straighten up to sky. 2. How funky would it be if this is what a unicycle meant? 1. Good. Drop that right leg all the way along to ground, left knee hugs in, give it that tug. And as left leg starts to straighten up to sky, grab onto it, pull it in, see how hamstrings are doing. A good breath flows in and out. Figure 4. With that hug, so left ankle's on right thigh, hugging around right. Notice the natural breath that happens. Is it a shock or is it a relaxation into it? Another good breath, flow all the way in and out. The hands release. We've got the figure 4 on the ground again. So right foot is touching. And this is that time to start rocking. It's like a little kid at the playground. Sometimes it's fun just to take pendulum movements. Like it makes it so we don't have to think about things quite so much. And yet it just feels so good. Again, based on how fast or slow you're going, maybe once or twice more to each side. When we're back upright, allow left leg to do those bicycles, so it straightens up to sky, straight leg lowers above ground, the knee comes back in, the side alone pedaling. Good, as you take that third one, briefly drop leg to ground. And then slide the foot back in, preparing for bridge pose. Hands are on the floor by the hips. We're gonna lift hips up as high as possible. Try to clasp hands under the back if you can. If not, no stress. with the hand clasp. If you've got it, shoulders tuck under. And then what we're gonna do, keep the feet solid, keep the shoulders solid, but then we're just gonna let the hips just kind of shake out like a shimmy little rocking. Let it rock, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right. Shaking out all the tension, all the tightness. Do this for another count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the hands, roll hips to ground. Take it to happy baby. Any type of rocking or stillness that feels good. It could be left and right. Could be a nice extension of one leg up to sky and then the other. Anything that just feels amazing. Maybe slowing down the rocking, but it's still there. Our hips really a chance to explore and deepen into the pose. Let's take one more huge breath. Let it flow in and out. Good. Let's try to roll like a ball if that's possible for our body. So grab it behind the thighs, rock up, and massage through the back, rolling. A couple of rounds. Good, one more time going back. And then we pause in a pose. Let's try to bicycle our legs out again. Good, taking 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, good catch, 1. Good, grab the ankles, pull it into cobbler. Let's just tilt our spine up and forward. So nice to have a little break after the exercise. So through the center spot, take another good breath in. Nice exhale. And straighten back up. So I'll kind of have 2 different options based on if the knees are lifted or if the knees are touching the ground. So if you're touching the ground, it'll be a lateral lean. You can grab onto the ankles or place a hand on the side and then reach up and over. If your knees are lifted, what I want you to do, and this is where it adds that playfulness aspect, I want you to tilt until the right leg touches the ground and then find the floor and just help to push that left knee open a little bit. So either way, right hand is on the ground, left hand is over, or just gently pushing on it. Space. Let's take another good breath in and out. Good, come up through the center. Let's start to tilt to the second side. Left hand goes down, right hand is pushing or reaching up and over. Good, a huge inhale. Exhale, rising up, pick the knees up. Hug around the thighs. Let's start to walk the heels forward, just seeing how far forward we can go without losing the connection of the hug. So how that includes our low back as well as the hamstrings really nicely. Good, so rising back up. The knees come back upright, right in front of us. Plant the hands behind us. Similar to the bridge pose, when we pick the hips up, we're gonna let the hips shimmy. Just kind of shake it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest it down, slide the heels back in. A couple more breaths, tilting forward through cobbler. Good, so rising up, right hand grabs onto the left knee. Start to lean this right shoulder toward the right. And then left hand just reaches up to the sky and over, or just behind the back of the head. So that space in the ribs. Good. Rise up, just switch it out. Left hand grabs onto right knee. The arm is nice and straight so you can lean into the wave. Right hand can reach straight or just behind the head. Good. Another breath flows in. And out. Ease up. Take it onto hands and knees. We'll do some cat cows. Feel the spine getting that chance to go both up and down. And feel free to add some free form. Sometimes I come up and wag it a little bit. I'll go down and wag it a little bit. It's just helping to remind the spine that it doesn't have to be so rigid. Good. One more huge breath cycle to each side, up and down. Beautiful. Back to neutral. We're going to try out a little strength challenge. So this is to remind us that when things get hard, we can still be playful. Just do what you can do, laugh it off, only take 2 reps instead of 10, whatever you can do is awesome. It's going to be an elbow side plank. So left, yes. So let the left elbow be on the ground. Go ahead and drop the left hip to the ground. Slide the legs long, get the feet to stack. What we're gonna try to do 10 times is lift the hips up off the ground and drop them back down. I personally am gonna be pushing my top hand into the earth to help me. But if you wanna be like a superwoman, you can take your hand to your hip, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna try to go for 10. Skip reps if you want to, nothing wrong with that. So, nice, exhale to lift, 10. Drop back down. 9. And 8. 7, 6, doing awesome. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, you guys are amazing. Let's roll over to the other hip.
Oh my God.
You did it. Look at that.
Who was that?
What was that? I knew. Okay. So take your inhale, crunch. A nice exhale, just see what happens on this side. We've got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, here's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, good work. Come back to kneeling. And just like little kids that are playful, get a nap time. Let's take a child pose. Just feel the breath. But slowing down. We'll keep the left hand exactly how it is. Right hand threads under that left armpit space and just let the side of the head drop down. Another huge breath flows in and out. Let's start to unwind and reset the arms on the second side. Another good breath flows in and out. Reset the arm. Give yourself 2 more breaths. This normal child pose, drifting forward. Here you can choose to stay a little bit longer. You could play with your first downward facing dog. You could even take a flow if you would like to, moving to chaturanga, cobra, down dog. It's just a little bit of playtime, getting your muscles moving. Beautiful. So lowering to knees. Keep the left knee down. Slide the right leg to the back of the mat. And then start to take this right arm toward the mirror. Just a huge rainbow arch stretch all the way from ankle to wrist. Good. You can either stay here or that right hand and right foot tries to grab behind your back, your choice. That's okay. Good. One more huge breath in. Out. Drop right hand and knee down. Take a cat. And a cow. Left foot slides to the back of the mat. Left hand reaches up and over. Feel that huge rainbow arch. Either stay or maybe left hand and foot come behind. Nice breath flows in and out. Good. Hand and knee down. Take a cat and a cow. Beautiful. Up to downward facing dog. Pull out the legs. When you're satisfied with the down dog, you'll walk your way up to top of mat. Either half lift or forward fold. Good. Wherever we're at, let's take another good breath in and out. And inhale, rise. Good. Hands to heart. Let's take the big toes close, heels slightly separated. This is a chance to squeeze in our thighs together. So set the hips back. Extend the arms right up by the ears. Let's circle the right arm up to the sky and then continue to trace all the way to the back wall. And then return the way that it came, all the way through. Left arm up to go back. Forward. The inner thighs squeezing together, see if the heels can lift. Good. 3, 2, 1. Good recovery. Heels down, straighten the legs. Let's try to balance. Grabbing right hand to right foot behind your back. If you need a wall, take a wall. Goal is quad stretch. Yep. Goal is quadricep stretch. So if you don't feel it, pull the knee back a little bit or start scooping the tailbone under. A little bit of tuck engages the quad so well. Nice inhale. Exhale. If you'd like to play with dancer, left hand reach up. Kick the foot into the hand. If you're easily in dancer and balance is still good, maybe you take candy. Left hand reaching to the floor. And then see if you can rise back up with balance. Pretty crazy. Good. Drop that right foot to the ground. Shake it out. Let's even noodle the arms for a moment. Hands left and right. Just takes all that stress out. Doing awesome. It's just playing time. Good. So when we're standing on right foot, let's take it to quad stretch. Grab left. Make sure you feel the quad stretch. Tailbone tucks under, knee scoots back a little. A dancer. Touch the sky, keep the foot into the hand. If dancer is easy, balance is super solid, maybe continue to tilt. Candy cane. Maybe try to rise back up with balance. Ah, amazing. Dropping the foot down, we're back up at top of mat. Good, let's noodle it out. Beautiful. Take a nice malasana pose. The feet are about as wide as the mat, toes turned out. Come down to the squat. So this can always be just pushing into the inner thighs, or if your knees are good, come all the way down malasana. Good. Find that distance that works for your hips. Sometimes just staying here is about where we're at. That's fine. If you'd like to try a little twist or a bind, slide the right shoulder closer to the right knee. Right hand to floor, left to sky. Or maybe that bind, binding around the Good. Back to center. Next inhale. Exhale. Keep left shoulder down if you're taking it. Left floor, right to sky. That's the twist. Or wind around your butt. Yes, you got it. Love it. One more inhale. Exhale. Unwind through center. One more breath. Hands down, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. So from here, walk the feet back to downward facing dog. Try a high side plank. So shoulders over wrists. Heels rock to the left. If you need to drop the left knee down, that's okay. But see if right hand can reach up to sky. Good. Feet can be separated for more stability, stacked for more challenge. Good. So right hand down. Rock the heels over to the other side. Your knee can be on the ground if you need. Up to sky. One more inhale. Exhale, hand down, child pose, down dog, or a flow. Good. So from a downward facing dog, we're going to reach right leg up to the sky. Even take a moment to stack the right hip, send that right foot behind your back. Huge stretch open. Squaring the hips back. Take the right knee to the nose and plank. And reach it back up to sky. Three-legged dog. Hips are square. And then step that right foot in between hands. Good. Back foot goes to the floor. Warrior one. So from here, working through the wrists, we're going to point the fingers to one another, flexing the wrist back. Take a nice exhale down. Inhale, curl the fingers the other way, rise up. And we're going to repeat that 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale, rotate open, warrior 2. Extended side angle, front elbow can rest on front thigh or fingers to ground. The other arm stretching to that forward ankle. Try to get to the mirror. Side ribs opening. Good, rise up to reverse. So left hand to left leg, right hand up to reach back. Beautiful, warrior 2. Front leg straightens, triangle, right hand reaches forward to tilt the back hip up, and right hand to shin, left hand directly up to sky this time. Another breath flows in, and out. Rise up, soften the front knee. When we cartwheel our hands down, we're transitioning to pigeon pose. So this front foot moves the heel toe its way all the way to the side. Stepping right knee open. Good. If you want to play with King Dancer at all, that's fine. If you're ready just to drop down to pigeon, that's also beautiful. The breath goes deeply in. We'll exhale. So from here, we rock our weight onto our right hip. We turn open to the long edge of the mat. So this should face us to the back door side. The left leg is long, right foot is tucked in. So plant your left hand on the floor in front of the left leg. And right hand reaches up and over, lateral stretch to the long leg. Use of strap there. Good. Breath in. Exhale. So rising up, we'll take a wild thing. This right knee pops up, so we're kind of facing that back corner a little bit. The left hand plants on the floor behind us, and then right hand scoops us up to the wild thing back. Left hand behind, right hand scoops us up. And just, Jennifer, let the foot be. That's the one. Yep. Good. The other way. That's the, and then plant your foot. Nope. Nope. So bring that. Yeah, that's the way. Yeah. Good. You got it. You got it. Go ahead and lower back down. No, you're perfect. Okay, so when you lower it back down, the knee should still be popped up. Take a little hug around it. So left hand hugs around the knee, spinal twist, facing to mirror. A little tricky there. Good. And then let both legs open up on the mat, wide angle, and slide the hands forward and through. Let another deep breath flow in and out. Walk the hands back in. We're gonna work on resetting. So we'll eventually be in downward facing dog for the second side. But if you'd like to take some cat cows or just kind of a flow, some wiggles, anything to kind of reset the body for the second side, take a moment. Good. Rising up to that down dog if you're not there. Left leg floats up to sky. Let the leg open for a moment. The toes can be slightly behind the back. Good. Square the hips. Take that left knee to nose in a plank. And reach it back up. Three-legged dog. Good. Left foot steps between hands. Back fall down. Couple more steps. So warrior one. Good. Turn the fingers into each other. And exhale down. Pull the fingers the other way. Inhale up. 4. 3. 2. 1. Come up. Exhale, warrior 2. Extended side angle. This is the long side body. Hip and lift chin right up to sky. Nice inhale. Exhale, rising up. We soften the front knee, cartwheel the hands down, and transition the foot over to pigeon. Again, if you want to play with any type of back bending, that's beautiful. If you want to just go directly down, also nothing wrong with that. Easy, slow breaths. Another huge breath pulls in. Nice exhale. We rock our weight onto left hip, turning us open to this long edge of the mat. Try to get both sitting bones down, bent knee if needed. So when we get there, right hand plants on the inside of right leg. Pull that left shoulder back a little bit to reach up and over. As we soften back up, pick up the left knee. That turns us a little bit to that back corner. Right hand plants behind us. Now it's the left hand that's us up the whale. You got it. So when you've been there for a breath or so, go ahead and lower back down. Hug right hand around the knee and twist the mirror. Beautiful. So before we take the full wide leg forward fold, go ahead and set the legs open, but we're gonna take a little wrist stretch. So the hands tucked behind you, fingers turned into your body, your hips. And then start to walk your hands backwards until your wrists are in a nice little stretch. So a different amount for different people just based on your wrists. You can feel free to let the heart continue to arch up. Maybe it's comfortable enough to rest the head back. Two more breaths right there. And then work your body back upright. Again, before we tilt forward, we're gonna take the hands in front of us, tuck the fingers down, fingers pointed to the body, and press that part of the wrist, open into the stretch. Two more breaths right there. Come up, roll the wrists out or shake them out, whatever feels better. Yep, and now we get to slide through. That space in the body. Any good sensations going on? Three more breaths. There's a slightly deeper space to go to for those last 3. Our third finishes. Take that slow journey back up. Moving onto the back legs, slide it up to the front. Let's take a nice core journey to roll down onto our back. Good. So once we're there, let's cross our right knee tightly over the left knee. The thighs come into the chest like that. We either grab on closer to knees or closer to ankles, whatever we think. So those hips getting a last beautiful stretch. Leaving the crossed legs as the arms spread open to left and right. The knees take a nice twist over to the left. Should be to backdoor second finger. Easy breath cycles flowing. Start to return to ground. Uncross and recross, second leg over. Going to grab onto ankles. If you don't feel it, that's always an invitation to hug it in just a little bit more. That also tones the arms, that slight arm strength. If you feel it plenty, don't force anything, especially when it comes to knees. Start to let the arms spread open. Let's take the twist. Head left leg over, twist to the right. 2 more beautiful deep breaths. Starting to unwind the body after the second one. This is starting to transition us to Shavasana. So sometimes it's nice to take a few windshield wipers before you completely release down, or sometimes there's other movements the body intuitively needs. Take time if needed. Listen to the body to know exactly how to set up Shavasana. Maybe it's normal, just laying flat on the ground. Maybe the knees need to be bent, falling into one another. There's many options. Continue to get your body set up in a way that feels very, very comfortable. Here, before we completely relax into our Shavasana, we're going to do something a little silly, and so you get to join along. What we're going to do is take a deep inhale. And with our exhale, we have to laugh 5 times, whatever the laugh is. It could be just a ha, 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 ha. It could be a Santa laugh. It could be a witch cackle. You kind of get to choose. But you do a nice little 5 laughs out, and we're going to do 5 full cycles like that. So first cycle, take a good inhale. Exhale, laugh. Ha, 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 ha. Ha, 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 ha. 3 more. Ha, 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 ha. 2. Ha, 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 ha. 1 more. Ha, 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 ha. Good. Maybe there's a smile on the face, so just let that happiness and the deep breathing lead us into this beautiful Shavasana. And let's begin to deepen our inhales, our exhales. Introduce little movements back to fingers and toes, ankles and wrists. Stretching out like we're waking up first thing in the morning. Maybe taking a nice fetal position off to one side. Sooner or later, when you feel ready to rise, feel free to make your way up to a comfortable seated place. Here with hands together in front of our heart, we recall playfulness again. Remembering that there is a time and place for seriousness, it's all good, but that doesn't have to be everywhere. We can have a little bit more curiosity and playfulness about the world, realizing maybe we don't know everything about the world, even though we've had, quite a bit of time here. So with playfulness to help lead us on, let's wrap up the time we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, and happiness, and peace. Namaste.